It begins like a love story and ends like a nightmare. In the quiet suburbs of Los Angeles, a newlywed couple thought they had forever. But one February morning in 1986, everything broke. A 29-year-old nurse beaten, shot, left staged like a robbery gone wrong. And for decades, the truth hid in plain sight. Because the killer wasn't a stranger, wasn't a burglar, wasn't a criminal off the street. She was one of their own, a trained police officer, a rejected lover, a woman fueled by jealousy, rage, and a badge. This is the story of Sherri Rasmussen and the LAPD cop who murdered her, then helped investigate it. Sherri Rasmussen had a smile that could quiet a room. She was smart, compassionate, and dedicated to helping others. Qualities that made her a respected nurse and a woman admired by everyone who met her. And in 1985, she fell deeply in love with a young engineer named John, a gentle, quiet man who adored her with a sincerity that felt pure. They married quickly, and by early 1986, they were settling into their life together. A new condo, new routines, new dreams. But there was something Sherri didn't know. Someone watching them. Someone who once held John and wasn't ready to let him go. A woman whose jealousy simmered behind a police uniform. Her name was Stephanie Lazarus. Before Sherri, Stephanie and John had been involved in an on-and-off sexual relationship. To Stephanie, it was more than casual. She believed she had a claim to John, one she wasn't willing to surrender. But John had moved on. He was in love, and he was happy. Stephanie, however, refused to disappear. She showed up at his condo unannounced. She cried. She begged. She even confronted Sherri directly, telling her, "If I can't have John, no one else will." Sherri, shaken, told her family, "This woman scares me. I feel like I'm being watched." And she was right, because jealousy isn't loud. It's quiet, patient, it waits. February 24th, 1986. John left early for work. Sherri stayed home. She wasn't feeling well. It should have been an ordinary day, but sometime between 9 a.m. and noon, everything changed. The living room was a war zone. Furniture overturned, shattered glass, broken lamps. Sherri fought desperately. She fought for her life. She was shot 3 times with a .38 caliber handgun, then posed to look like a victim of a botched burglary. 2 burglary suspects were blamed. The case quickly went cold, but something was wrong. Sherri's family begged detectives to consider Stephanie. They even told police about the threats, but the LAPD refused to investigate their own. Instead, the file was quietly buried. For 23 years, Stephanie Lazarus walked free. She rose through the ranks. She became a respected detective, and the truth slept under dust. A cold case detective reopened the file and spotted something odd. A bite mark on Sherri's arm. DNA was collected, and when the results came back, the detectives froze. The profile belonged to a woman, not a man, not a burglar, a woman. And suddenly, all the old warnings began flashing red. The visits, the confrontation, the jealousy. Detectives ran the DNA against LAPD officer Stephanie Lazarus. It matched. They had their killer. Detectives lured Stephanie to a locked interview room under the guise of a routine matter. When she walked in, she had no idea she was surrounded. No idea her past had finally caught up. The interrogation that followed is one of the most chilling ever recorded. Stephanie's smile faded. Her voice shook. Layers of lies stacked desperately on each other. Until she knew they knew. She was arrested on the spot. In 2012, Stephanie Lazarus was found guilty of first-degree murder. Sherri's parents had died long before the verdict. They never saw justice. John sat in the courtroom, silent, broken, and the world listened as prosecutors called her exactly what she was. A police officer who used her training to commit the perfect murder and almost got away with it. Sherri Rasmussen should have lived a long, beautiful life. She should have grown old with John. She should have watched the world change. Instead, she became the victim of a jealous lover, a woman who turned a badge into a weapon. And for decades, the truth lived in the dark. But Sherri's story is a reminder of something chilling. Love doesn't always bring out the best in people. Sometimes, it brings out the monster they've been hiding all along. May her memory live, and may her story